ordinance 2022-02 that authorizes the mayor and director of finance to enter into a development incentive agreement with Revolution Employee LLC, provides economic incentives to expand and relocate operations within the city. Want to, at this point, hand it over to staff to share more about the details of the agreement and go into a conversation with committee members. So Director Colker, will you be walking us through?
I can walk you through. Yes. This agreement is very similar to the last agreement that you saw. Excuse me, in that it's a performance-based type of agreement with incentives related to income tax received off of employee withholdings and net profit taxes. It's the same program that we have utilized in the past, and it was set up some years ago to incentivize businesses to locate here in Granby Heights. The scale is somewhat similar as well. The beginning payroll that will be coming to the city was about 2.6 million. Then by the end of 2025 is projected to be 4.8 million. If you'd like more specifics on the revenue related to that, I'm sure our finance director here, who just had a moment to sit down, could help with that. But beyond that, again, really very similar to the agreement that we had previously. It's got a 5-year term with a 5-year extension option. This company will be located in the 777 Goodale building, which I believe will be full after this. I'm not 100% sure, but very, very close, if not full. And that building is well situated now with new infrastructure around it. It will be open in April sometime, as I understand it. So yeah, very, very excited to have Candados join us here. Appreciate them bringing their headquarters, and Dave Conley is here to answer any questions that you may have.
Great. Thank you for that. And just in terms of sort of current tax dollars generated, is that around 65,000 a year?
Yeah, 2.6 million would create 65,000.
And then at the end of the 5 years, would we be around? We'd be around 120,000 after the credit. Okay. And just one question I had. It says is the term is 5 years. So is it till the end of 25 or is it till the end of 26?
26.
You're gonna make them count?
If it would start with tax year 2022, then it would be at the end of 2026.
Okay. So just just in terms of what's written in here, I saw it noted as 25. So just want to make sure in the final.
That's the date by which they plan to have the increased number of employees. So it's not co-linear with the term of the agreement, it's earlier.
Thanks for that clarification. One other question that I have is, I know that there's an opportunity for an extension beyond for years 6 through 10.
Correct.
Would they be able to grow within that same space, or would they have to find another space?
That should be a good question for our applicant. You're welcome to come up.
Thank you. Good seeing you all again. Thank you. Yeah, currently we're operating out of 5,000 square feet there and everything. So we're essentially doubling in space, and this should get us out. Even if things are going as well as they are, at least at least out to year 5. And at that point, if the space is working out good, it doesn't really hurt us to actually separate departments at that point, as far as saying, hey, the finance team or the IT team kind of needs to be somewhere fairly close by, but actually maybe not in the exact space there and everything. We absolutely love the space there. It gives us plenty of room to grow, shoot over time.
Yeah. Great, thank you. I'll open up to questions from committee members. Councilman Smith.
First, start with a comment that having with this and ones in the past, this is a pretty reasonable, responsible incentive agreement with the percentage and the cap. Couple of minor things. Section 5, and this may have been the same as the last one we did. I just wasn't catching it, I guess, of Is this antiquated? Should be, it says the Grandview Heights Marble Cliff Chamber. It's a tri-village partnership. Right, okay. So I probably need to change that, and then the paragraph below it, with the $250 each year to the Grandview Marble Cliff Education. And I'm not really even saying this for this agreement, it's fine, but I remember ones we did in the past, as long as I've been here, it's always been $250, and, you know, Anthony and Director Coker could probably speak to this, they were here for longer. It's always been like $250. What I would just suggest is kind of, you know, for future ones, maybe increase it a little bit to, maybe, you know, bring it up to inflation or something. And again, it doesn't have anything to do with this agreement, but.
Thanks for bringing that up. I was too embarrassed to bring it up. Joel can probably speak more legally about it, but it's a 503c.
501c3.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Organization that has been in place now for about 30 years. Helps support our local school district. I'm sure that coming here and being a part of the Grandview Heights municipality, you have full understanding of the Green Area School District. And one of the things that actually, this is just how it evolved, I requested for this to be part of incentive agreements going back about 20, or almost 20 years now. So yeah, I don't disagree. At the time it was put in place, it was a fixed number, and I think that'll get you a ticket to the Greenland now. But back then it was that was a pretty healthy number. So we would not change these terms for you on this from my perspective.
No, and I'm not talking about the
Yeah,
present one.
but I agree.
Again, it's no deal killer, and it's very reasonable.
It's with a smirk that I say that. I was a little embarrassed to bring it up. Yeah.
As I shared with the applicant, it's a way for them to know that he exists, so that then they could go ask him if maybe he'd like to participate in more ways.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an open invitation.
We're happy to participate there.
Any other questions from committee members?
No,
Anything from non-committee members? No. Just to reiterate, these are jobs that average about 74,000 a year. They're in-person jobs, kind of similar to what we saw before. So I think that's all that I have in terms of questions.
any change in timing?
Is a mid-spring, is that still correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't need to suspend rules for this.
No need for suspension, thank you.
No, but we thank you for committing to grow and for Grandview, and are looking forward to seeing that happen. For members of the committee, do we have any recommendations?
I would recommend approval to council.
Okay, we
Make that motion.
have a motion to.
For
make a
clarity,
recommendation.
I think you mean on third reading?
Yeah.
At third reading.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay, we have a motion to recommend approval at the third reading. Do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, with no other business on the agenda, we will adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you all,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.